Happy holidays and welcome to DCTV's 24-hour special event in honor of Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is a global generosity movement that unleashes the power of people and organizations to transform communities and the world. And this year, DCTV is thankful to support our community of vibrant local nonprofits. I'm Sydney Flowers, Director of Production at DCTV. Our mission is to tell stories that matter to help our communities thrive. And today we're showcasing DCTV original programs that tell meaningful stories of local nonprofits who work every day to make DC a better place to live. This is just one way we amplify voices in our community. DCTV is your local public media platform, and we are proud to be included in this year's catalog of philanthropy. We hope that you discover something new, exciting, and meaningful. To learn more on how you can best support DCTV, scan this QR code. You can also subscribe and follow us at Your DCTV on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you for watching Meaningful Media on DCTV.
Hi, I'm Delmar Patterson, Instructor and Production Specialist here at DCTV. Education empowers people to learn new skills and discover new perspectives. And more importantly, it helps people develop the knowledge and abilities they need to thrive in our rapidly changing world. Today, we're taking a look at nonprofit organizations who inspire learning and improve lives for people of all ages all across the DC area. The organizations are the Washington School for Girls, Academy of Hope Adult Public Charter School, Do the Right Thing Foundation of DC, and Irving and Associates Character Education Services Incorporated. Thanks for watching Giving Tuesday on DCTV. Enjoy the program.
Academy of Hope provides free high school diploma and workforce programs to DC adults. Since its founding, the nonprofit has been strengthening communities by setting adults on viable paths to success.
Today I'm joined by Joy Bentley Phillips, the Chief Advancement Officer. Good to have you, Joy.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So let's talk about how maybe you're trying to reduce stigma at the Academy of Hope, because most of us, when we're thinking of public charter schools, we're thinking about kids or people under the age of 18. Over the 35 plus years that the Academy of Hope has been open, how have you kind of been trying to show the public and also your own students that that education is also available for adults as well?
Yes, thank you for that. So AOH's founding vision is that everyone, no matter their age or experience, is both a teacher and a student. We have something to teach and everyone has something to learn. And we're all invited at Academy of Hope to share our whole selves within the AOH community. There's this misconception about adult education that it's this second chance system. And in fact, for many of the learners at Academy of Hope, this is their first real true chance at achieving their educational and professional goals. And so we believe our role is to raise awareness about adult education, what it is, why it's important, and the many ways that education can be a lever for transformational change at the individual, family, community, and global levels.
And a lot of your students don't just stop there. 60% of them continue to a post-secondary education. How does your curriculum or your classes inspire going even further in your students' educations?
Yes, and first I'll say that the students at Academy of Hope come in really motivated and inspired to do many things post their education at Academy of Hope. So we just provide the different pathways. And so at AOH, we know that many careers require training beyond a high school diploma. And in DC specifically, roughly 70% of jobs require some kind of post-secondary education or training. And in 2017, AOH launched career academies to support our grads on their post-secondary journey. The program offers certifications in certified nursing assistant, phlebotomy, and in informational technology. And what's really exciting about that is it initially started for our graduates, but also now our students who are pursuing their high school credential can also pursue these pathways in the career academies while pursuing their high school diploma. At AOH, we have amazing college and employment teams that are easily accessible to support learners post their graduation journey. In addition, we provide a pathway to success both inside and outside the classroom through academic support. We have an amazing student support team who provides wraparound services. We have college transition, and then we have the career readiness programs.
And you're not just positioning the students for success. I really liked this, the statistic that you provided, that children of low literacy adults are 5 times more likely to drop out of school. By educating their parents, how are you setting children up for generational success and for kids' success if their parents succeed?
Yeah, so at AOH, we get to see firsthand the impact education can have on generations of families. According to the Urban Institute, children whose parents did not complete a high school diploma are twice as likely to have an unfinished high school diploma as compared to children whose parents did complete high school. And so we understand that parental education can be directly connected to a child's academic achievement. So we've been really intentional about building out these career academies in healthcare and IT, which are in high demand careers that as a result helps to increase salaries, which then lead to economic mobility and generational wealth building opportunities for AOH learners and their families. And also I'll just add that many of our parents are bringing their lessons home to children and families. We have parents, moms and sons who've come to Academy of Hope at the same time, who mom graduated one year and then son graduated the year after. We have many learners who come to us and say that they've been able to now help their children with their homework. That was prior to the pandemic. So then once the pandemic happened, so many learners were talking about how they now have the ability to help their students with their homework. And then also we have learners who say that because they decided to go back to school, their children are going back to school. Because they decided to leave Academy of Hope once they graduated and get their move on to college, their children are now doing that. And so we're really excited about the opportunities for generational success that Academy of Hope gets to play a role in.
That is fantastic. So if someone was interested in maybe signing up for a class or getting to know more about the Academy of Hope, where should they go? What is your website?
Come visit us on our website, www.aohdc.org.
Thank you so much for taking the time today to talk to us about your organization, and best of luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
Storytelling has been shown to be more believable, memorable, and understandable compared to other forms of communication. At the Story Collider, we blend the power of storytelling, connection to science, and commitment to diversity and inclusion to share stories with our audiences from around the world. For more information, if you want to check us out, visit us at storycollider.org.
The Washington School for Girls is promoting educational equity in Wards 7 and 8 for Black and brown girls who have limited access to independent schools in their neighborhoods and elsewhere in the city. Welcome to Impact Moment, brought to you by DCTV. I'm Rebecca Burnett, and today I'm joined by President Beth Reeves to hear how they do it. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, you offer full scholarships to each and every girl and young woman who attends your schools. What difference does that make on their paths to success, and how might it encourage them to stay in school and maybe even go to college after they graduate?
Yep. Our school, since its founding, has been committed, as you noted, to being 100% scholarship for all of our students and families who attend here. We do that by raising the funds to have scholarships available for our students. So we are driven by a very generous, supportive community of donors and philanthropists who support our school. Our school, again, was founded with the intention that getting girls engaged early in their education and really instilling the joy of learning in them in their elementary and middle school years would encourage them to finish high school. So the thought would be that we would focus on having them be excited about learning and send them off ready for high schools and able to do well there.
And your school system's balanced calendar program is also really unique. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, where students are in school from late July through mid-June, so they have more time in the classroom. And of course, they have longer breaks throughout the year. How does that affect student success overall?
Yep, the consistency provided with a balanced calendar is just as the name implies. It's really balanced throughout the school year. So the school year feels very continuous. You may have heard about the summer drain. That is sort of a documented concept that occurs when students have a long summer break, that they sometimes lose some ground where they were studying when they left school in June. With the balanced calendar, you don't have that. It feels very continuous throughout the school year, and it allows the students to really just continue their learning, picking up in July where they left off in June at the next grade level. So it's a great way, I think, really to run a school program.
And your scholarships and curriculum obviously work, because 5 of your former students have returned to work at the school. What difference does it make for the students to see women who are successful, who used to be in their shoes, walking down the hallways with them and maybe sharing their classrooms too?
Yes, I think it's an incredible, for one thing, they're quite obvious role models for them. Also, our staff members who have been students here understand what it's like to be a student. They know, the feelings that they have in middle school and coming from the community and just being in this school environment. They're also extremely committed to the success of the girls, as all of us are, but it feels, I think, much more authentically when it comes from somebody who had been in their same places when they were in middle school. Our students really look up to our staff members. We have 2 alumni who work here now. You're right, there have been 5 in total, but 2 who are currently here. They love them. They love to interact with them. And I think they can see a future path for their own lives in these women that work with us now.
Such impressive work. Thank you so much for taking the time today to talk to me about it. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you to our viewers at home for tuning in to this episode of Impact Moment. It's part of DCTV's nonprofit Capacity Building Grants program, our original programming to highlight the ways our area's nonprofits are making a difference. Stay up to date with our latest productions and tune in to our live stream at dctv.org.
Academy of Hope changed my life tremendously.
The impact that AOH has had on the DC community is vast and profound.
Academy of Hope Academics is extremely committed to making sure that we not only build an academic profile for our learners, but we also build acceptance, community, as well as resilience.
We have learners, we say from 18 to 80, and that's definitely a literal statement. We do have learners here, and so you're never too old to learn.
I've been a house mom for so long, and it was like, I didn't have an escape. I couldn't tell nobody, like, I want to do this, I want to do this. And like, I told my mom, but by then my dad had passed on, and I was like, it's too late, But, talking to my kids and everything, they were my motivation. Mom, go ahead. So that's what got me started with Academy of Hope. And I'm like, okay, I love being back in school. Like, I've been in school like over 30 years.
Unfortunately, Ward 8 is the most economically depressed ward here in DC and the most underserved with many services. And so what we're able to do with a free program here is to just take care of the entire community. So it's twofold. Our learners are able to give back to the community for services that are much needed, but also are able to go into real workforce experience and opportunities that may not exist outside of this district.
Even after you graduate from the program, guess what? AOH is still there. You keep in contact with them, they're gonna keep contact with you. They wanna know that their program works. And for me, it works. CNA stands for is Certified Nursing Assistant. And what that means is that we as the CNA nurses, we literally take care of clients, patients.
Having a hands-on program like we have here with the CNA program is critical, just because the types of professions that our learners will go into will require them having already hands-on experience.
Back down, walk.
In their yearly citywide reports published last year, that 63% of the test takers of the CNA program throughout the city passed the written portion and 48% passed the skills portion. AOH had 100% of our students pass the written portion and 94% passed the skills portion.
My daughter, who will be 17, who's following in my footsteps. She wants to be a CNA. And I'm like, that's great. So with that, she wants to go through the program too. Like once she graduates from Penn Foster, I'm gonna send her right here.
We wouldn't want to offer a program that they couldn't find jobs. They leave Academy of Hope already employed, so that's not an additional stress. Our learners need to make money immediately, and so we try to give them skills and give a program that makes sense.
What really tops it off is that we can provide these programs for free.
Any future AOH students, please come. This is a wonderful program. If it wasn't for you all, I wouldn't be here. So all kudos to the whole staff of AOH.
Do the Right Thing of DC is using the written word to promote the social, emotional, physical, and cognitive development and success of kids and youth. Welcome to Impact Moment, brought to you by DCTV. I'm Rebecca Burnett. While those young people are working on themselves, Do the Right Thing is also encouraging them to work on their communities. Co-founder Gerald Norde is here today to tell us how. Hi, Gerald.
Hello, Rebecca. How are you? Good to be with you.
I'm good, thank you. So I wanted to start talking about the Marion Barry Youth Employment Summer Program that you guys have been participating in since 2010. The kids get to participate in poetry and book publishing workshops, music, video production, just to name a few. How are these programs setting them up for success?
Well, we're living in a new age and time now, obviously much different than the time that I grew up in. We have the flourishing of social media. Cable channels are very prevalent now, so it's a new technological age for young people, and they're growing up in a time that we did not. So it's really important for us to make sure that young people in our communities are able to deal with social media, deal with the technology, and also take a hold of their image and be able to express themselves and their image in a positive manner.
And they also are kind of becoming change makers themselves, making good in their own communities. A great example is in 2020. Of course, we were in COVID, so this town hall had to be virtual, but it was during the summer after George Floyd's murder, and the town hall's purpose was to talk about the intersecting issues of murder and racism and COVID, and you had some really impressive heavy hitters on that panel. What sort of progress did the students, but also your organization as a whole, make during that town hall, and after maybe too?
Sure. Well, I think it was really important for them to find their voice during that time. Obviously, we were dealing with a pandemic. The Young people weren't going to school in person, and so it was important for us to find a way for them to be able to express themselves on the virtual town hall and talk about the issues that are really impacting them. Another really great component of the town hall, the virtual town hall, Rebecca, is that we were able to bring in community leaders that were able to talk with the young people and actually listen to the young people as well. So that was really important. That was really a boost for the young people to be able to interact with those community leaders, the chief of police, the mayor, the director of the Office of Youth Programs that supports the SYEP program. The fact that our youth were able to directly communicate with these leaders and have their voices heard, that really did a lot for their self-esteem.
So incredible. And they also got to participate because, of course, they have written many books of poetry. They've published 12 so far, so impressive. They got to sign their work at a handful of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation's annual legislative conferences. What sort of power was it for these students to be able to even share a room with such influential people that participate conferences like that?
Right. Well, you know, it's amazing that we live in the nation's capital. We're in Washington, D.C., and there are a lot of young people in Washington that don't take advantage of the many resources and just great things that D.C. has to offer. So for them to be at the Congressional Black Caucus, one, have a book of poetry that they authored too, and then to be there with leaders in our community who are able to see the work that they've done, purchase the books if they want to, it validates the young people and the experience that they're having. And we need the young people in DC who are going to grow to be the future leaders of our city, of our nation. We need them to have experiences where they are validated by leaders in the community. It just makes them feel good, and it's great to see. But they have to have those experiences to ensure that they can be the best leaders they can be when they grow up.
Well, thank you so much for training the next generation of our city's leaders and our country's leaders. And thank you so much for joining me today to talk about it.
Thank you for having me, Rebecca. Pleasure to be with you.
And thank you to our viewers at home for tuning in to this episode of Impact Moment. It's part of DCTV's nonprofit capacity building grants program, our original programming to highlight the ways our area's nonprofits are making a difference. Stay up to date with our latest productions and tune in to our live stream at dctv.org.
College is one option, but not the only path to credentials and careers. The DC Students Construction Trades Foundation sponsors technical classes, hands-on training, and internships that offer career-building opportunities for youth from public schools citywide. We partner with business, school, and community leaders to help youth access high-demand jobs with less college debt.
As the CEO of MC Dean, I know the future of global companies like ours depends on the preparation we give students today. DC Students Construction Trades Foundation sponsors immersive training and mentoring that puts youth on the path to careers. We support their efforts by providing real-world learning opportunities for DC students.
Our career tech programs launch high school graduates into apprenticeship and professional licensing, or careers in engineering, design, and construction management. Learn more about our programs at dcstudentsctf.org.
Irving & Associates Character Education Services, Inc. provides educational services to schools and community programs that focus on character building, STEM, literacy, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Since 2008, the nonprofit has been equipping early learners to become self-sufficient adults.
Joining me now is Chief Executive Officer Dr. Marilyn Irving. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to learn more about your curriculum because it's really focused. The main part of your goal is to have inclusive curriculums in equitable learning environments from all the way from kindergarten all the way up to higher ed and community education spaces. Why is it so important to have inclusive and equitable curriculums for your students and the people that you serve?
The main purpose that the diversity, equity, and inclusion curriculum was established was to include everybody, all students and all people from various races, backgrounds, and ethnicities, so they could feel important and a part of all the activities that were that took place both in the school settings and the higher education settings, and also to feel valued and know that they have something to contribute.
And a big part of the program is STEM. In one of your programs, in the engineering design process, the students are given a problem and they have to learn how to solve it. With the kids, the students that you've spoken to that have participated in this, or maybe anecdotally stories that you've heard through the grapevine, what do the students get out of it? How does it sort of help them?
Irving and Associates have been doing the STEM program for nearly 20 years. Wow. And the programs engage students into hands-on active and engaging activities that allow them to problem solve. And most of the activities, recent activities, are designed to use the engineering design process so students can solve problems. And the curriculum is designed for K through 12. And we have conducted many summer camps and programs for students K through 12 to engage in interactive activities using the engineering design process.
And do you find that maybe students are more interested in going into a STEM-related field after they participate in the program?
Yes. We engage 50 middle school children in a program called Programs Access to Careers in Engineering. And of those 50 students, 40 of those students, after completing the program, said they were interested in STEM, and many of them said they were going to pursue a degree in engineering. The students in the programs are usually excited and engaged and willing to go back to their schools to take a higher level of science.
That's wonderful. And another program that I wanted to talk about is the Even Start Family Literacy Program, because while the STEM program helps the kids and the students a lot, the literacy program also benefits their parents, because the purpose of it is to get parents and kids reading books together. Can you tell me more about that and what you hear from parents about the program?
In the Even Start Literacy Program, the program was held after school from the time students got out of school until 7 p.m. where the parents could join them, and parents and students read together, did activities together, checked out books. The parents were also engaged in the various activities the children were learning how to do. Parents were happy to learn how to read with their children. They were able to go back to their daily jobs and use some of the vocabulary words that they learned through the project.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time today to share all of that wonderful information with us, and good luck to you and your organization.
Hi, my name's Shane Hanlon. I'm a senior producer with The Story Collider and co-host of the show in DC. Science is around us and science affects each and every one of us. We are an international organization. DC is one of many chapters around the world. And so any opportunity we have to collaborate and coordinate with local organizations who are spreading the good word about nonprofits or other initiatives, we really try to jump on those opportunities. Something like Giving Tuesday, where we're really making a concerted push to help not only ourselves, but folks that we work with. That's something that we connect with, but also that we want to help others connect with as well.
Thank you for joining us during our 24-hour special event for Giving Tuesday. We are so glad that you're here with us as we celebrate the incredible work of nonprofit organizations in our community. I'm Julia Reardon, Director of Programs and Services here at DCTV. In 2019, DCTV launched a unique nonprofit program to help local organizations boost their message and their mission. We help nonprofits of all sizes share stories, reach more people, and increase impact for a stronger DC. Through engaging interviews and original programs, we focus on the issues that matter most to our community. To learn more about this valuable program for local nonprofits, visit us online at dctv.org. We can help tell your stories of positive change in our community. To find out more about the nonprofits we serve, scan this QR code. You can also like, subscribe, and follow us at Your DCTV on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks for watching Meaningful Media on DCTV.